So in this question, it says find the value of x. So we're finding the value of x and the measure of the angle. Name the angle. So we have to name the angles and find their measures. Okay, sounds easy enough, but we have y's and x's. So therefore, we are going to have to set up a system of equations because we have two variables, one of which we are going to have to eliminate through subtraction. So let's set up our equations. What do we know about this type of angle? These are vertical angles, right? Angles formed by two intersecting lines are vertical angles. And they create two sets of congruent angles. So these two angles are congruent, and these two angles are congruent. So the figure is telling us what we have to do. We need to set these two angles equal to one another. We have to set these two angles equal to one another, and we will be able to find our variables. So let's do just that. Okay, and then that is my first equation, and then I'm going to set these two angles equal to one another, and that will be my second equation. Okay, and now we just have to simplify each side, so that way we have all of the x's in a row, all of the y's in a row, and all of the numbers in a row. So I'm going to reorganize the equations like that. Okay, so that is my first equation. I'm going to write it up here because I'm going to have to erase my work to make more room. Okay, next equation, let's simplify. And deal, I'm going to write this one up here. And I'm going to erase this work, just so we have more space to work. Okay, so remember, when you're setting up a system of equations, put one equation on top of each other. We put our brackets out. We do our cross coefficient trick. You multiply through for every term in the brackets, and you will be left with (10x minus 25y equals -105. I'm going through this kind of quickly because at this stage in the game you should really be able to do these things quickly. Solving equations is something that you should be able to do confidently. If you can't, you need to ask for help because you're only going to get more lost. So once I have multiplied through, I make new brackets, I subtract, x's cancel, I get negative 43y equals negative 215. Divide by negative 43 to isolate the y, and I get y equals 5. Okay, so I need to find the value of x. So let's plug this y equals 5 back into one of the original equations. Let's plug it into 5y, no, that one has bigger numbers. Let's plug it into x plus y plus 53 equals 6x plus 10y minus 2. All right, so y is 5, so x, we have x plus 5 plus 53 equals 6x plus 10y minus 2. Okay, so I have x plus 5 plus 53 is 58. X plus 58 equals 6x. 10 times 5 is 50. Minus 2 is 48. X plus 48. Okay, great. So now I'm going to subtract 58 minus 58. 6x minus 10 equals x. Okay, so I have minus 6x minus 6x. I get negative 5x equals negative 10. Divide by negative 5, divide by negative 5. I get x equals 2. Okay, so these are my two answers right now. But I'm not done because the question asks me to find the value of x, which I did, so I'm partially done. X equals 2. And the measure of the angle. Okay, name the angle. It doesn't specify which angle, but I guess they just want us to find the measure of each of the angles, right? So we will plug the value of y, which is 5, into this equation. And I'm going to get 95 plus 25, which is 120. So this is 120. We know that these two angles are equal, so this is also 120. And then let's plug the value of x and y into this one. And we'll get 5 plus 2 plus 53 equals 7 plus 53 is 60. Okay, we know that these two are equal, so this must also be 60. And we have found the measures of the angles and named the angles. So angle AOC, let's call this O. Angle AOC equals 120. Angle BOD equals 120. Angle BOA equals 60. Angle DOC equals 60. And we are done.